There are times when we talk about someone being a hard act to follow. And I think that was particularly true when Joshua had to take over from Moses. But you know, God was really gracious. He speaks to Joshua himself and speaks so much into him in this early part of his journey in stepping into Moses' shoes that it does make a huge difference. And there's one particular thing in chapter 1 of Joshua that I would bring out, and it's here in verse 9, where God says to him, "Have I not commanded you?" Now that's a really strong statement. It's like saying God is reminding him that in the past, even when he was apprenticed to Moses, even before he'd taken over, God was speaking into his life, speaking commandments to him. Commandments are strong, aren't they? It's like saying, come on, get a grip. It's when someone believes in you enough to believe that you can make it, and they will command you. God will never command you to do something that is beyond your ability, but he can speak into your life things that sometimes you think are beyond your ability. So he commands us. And it says here in verse 9, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous." And then it says, "Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." I think this is incredible. To actually be commanded not to be discouraged seems like, wow, well, there's so much to discourage. And Joshua could have looked back at the times when Moses got discouraged, because there was a lot that Moses had to cope with. And there's a lot that Joshua is going to have to cope with too. But when God is saying that to him and commanding him not to be discouraged, he's saying, build a firewall in your life against the discouragements that the enemy wants to bring, because he will bring discouragements. And always remember this, because he follows it up with these words: "Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." So in other words, he's saying, no matter what the devil is telling you, you're never going to step outside of my commitment to you. Just as I'm commanding you with confidence, knowing that you can rise up and meet the challenge, so I'm committing myself to you so that you know that you can never step outside of my presence. We'll be together forever. Wherever you go, I will be there with you. And I want us all to take this to heart, to know that God wants to command into our lives this be strong, be courageous, don't be afraid, don't be discouraged. And to give us a reason for that, confidence. That's because he's making a commitment to always be with us, to be together forever. That's amazing.